I think we're good, hopefully. I know, this is the worst timing. I think we're back. We good? Yeah, right. Alright, I think we're good, guys. There we go. And I honestly wouldn't be so surprised if the internet issues were related to the storm right now. We have a pretty big snowstorm happening in my area. And my internet, like when I was starting the stream, it was a little sporadic too, so we might, you know, it could crash again. So if it does, I super apologize, guys, like a little bit out of my control, unfortunately. Canadian internet is the worst, especially for how much we pay, all things considering. I just want Google Fiber already. Let me live. And no disaster warning on that one. Well, it's just how it goes sometimes. So yeah, if this becomes like a little bit of a bridge, and we have like a waterway go underneath here, that would just be like wicked cool. Trams, please. Canada has internet? Yeah, we just got it last week. No, honestly, like I have like a bundled package, so I pay for like TV and home phone, but it's like the amount of money that we pay is absolutely absurd. It's like almost double the price of like a lot of European like places. I know that in the United States, it's also the same issue, like Comcast and all that stuff, like, you know, the devil of all that, you know? I've heard the stories, so I just want, like, you know, like we have too many monopolies, basically. I just want more competition. I want choices. All right, well, let's start doing some terraforming and just kind of see what happens here. All right, Tornado Man, thanks for tuning in. I will see you again, my friend. Am I going to make trams anytime soon? Oh, wait, we can probably put a new tram line in. I have a few already in place. So just kind of sneaking their way around here. We are due for a new line kind of hitting like this whole quadrant. A lot of this has just been like, you know, hastily put together without too much testing. So this, I don't even know what the heck's going on with this whole thing. I have a sneaking suspicion that we are probably going to be building another one of these. I don't even know where it went. There. Because they're so cool. I'm getting faster and better at building them. I'm gonna wait till we do something else first though. So let's try the I don't want to bore you guys with building the same intersection over and over and over again. But yeah, what I want to do right here is just have like a water outflow pipe kind of come and just have like, yeah, just like a little, I don't know, canal system or something through here. Just to make this area feel just different. I don't think I can sneak one of these in, nor do I think I want to use that. Nope, not gonna happen. I would hope for disasters to be moddable, because that would be so cool. And, you know, I mean, I feel like they only just released the disasters, so there could be maybe a follow-up to it. Like, I'm just kind of speculating right now, but maybe, you know, if a lot of people suggest there could be like a pandemic, or, you know, like something like that, right? Or like, yeah, like a blackout, or just something to kind of challenge you a little bit more than we've already got. Okay, I was about to get distracted again, but let me go back to this. Oh, too much soil? Oh, for goodness sakes. It's another one of those mods that I miss, like the soil thing. Oh, actually, what we can do is just pour our soil here, because we're going to be making this a bit bigger. Nice. Nice. How do I twitch through that internet blackout? Well, I mean, not me having the blackout. I mean, the game, silly belly. But I don't want to jinx it, but a blackout right now would be not fun. And I don't know if you guys know or heard or whatever, but like Toronto a few years ago, I guess like 3 years ago now, we had like that massive, massive ice storm, which is like, ice storms in general are like they're not fun. Because it's just, you know, it's kind of rain that's falling as rain, but the second it comes into contact with anything, it just instantly turns to ice. It's like one of those, like the temperature is like right at the freezing point, basically. And then like power lines, trees, everything, they become extraordinarily heavy very quickly, and then they like snap and fall and a whole bunch of other, you know, chaotic type things like that, right? So Toronto, for almost 2 weeks, there were pockets of the city, and I happened to be in one of the pockets where I think I was like 11 days without power, which was like just insane during the winter. So we had to like kick it old school. We had like candles, we had like flashlights, we had to light the fireplace, sleep in the living room, you know, just have like, because there's no furnace or anything. We have to sleep by a fire, and it's wintertime, and it's Canada, so it was like, oh my gosh, right? How does this stuff happen in like a modern world? That was definitely like a culture shock, you know? And like the real issue is because it affected so many people at once. It's like there's only so many, you know, electrical companies and stuff in the city, so all of them were taking calls like 24/7, like into the evenings and like that kind of stuff. What I'm hoping for is kind of like a staggered waterfall coming down. I don't know if it's going to work or how it's going to end up, but I think this looks kind of cool. No, I'm not talking about the 1998 one. That one was a little bit more centralized in Quebec, so just a bit further east than us. So we had a power outage when that happened too in Ontario, but it was more so like Quebec had the worst of it. But no, I think it was, yeah, just 3 or 4 years ago. I made a video where I was standing out in the middle of my street, and you can just hear all the noises of like all the trees breaking and all the ice falling and stuff, and it's like pretty horrifying. So let me see if I can track that down. I know this is really random to be talking about, but oh, it's still not playing for you? Oh, here, try refreshing. Yeah, the 1998 one. And then the other thing that's really scary that theoretically could happen also at any moment is like one of those solar EM storms could come and just fry the entire network, which also happened in poor Quebec. Like whenever there's a disaster in Canada, it just seems to happen to always to Quebec. Now I seem to take the brunt of it, those poor guys. Okay, so let me try. I'm gonna have a separate water thing, just so we don't waste our water for this. Let me just try this here. But yeah, let me see if I can just track down that video while this just kind of flows in the background. Just temporary. Okay, just let that go. Cool. Let me see if I can find the video I was talking about here. Yeah, the universal. Have you tried turning it on and off again? Probably your best method. Okay, where would I find what I'm looking for? Oh gosh, this is a very, very old video. Date added, oldest. Man, old video. So I've had a YouTube channel for like a while, right? I've never really made any content for it. It's more just like for like fun and for friends and stuff. It's only like when City Skylines came out, then I kind of, you know, took things a little bit more seriously. But some of my old videos are like so, like when I look at them, I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so young and stupid, you know? Like, those kind of moments are real. Oh, we're getting close. Sounds of the ice storm. Well, can I just do a search? Will that even search my videos? I don't even know. Oh, it won't. Darn it. Sorry, I don't want to get too lost doing this. Give me another minute here. If I don't find it, then I don't find it. Is it Quebec or K? Well, technically it's Quebec, if you're going to say it the proper way, because it's Q-U-E with an accent, so it's Quebec. Like K-A-Y sounding. But if you're from a non-French speaking province, like the rest of Canada calls it Quebec, like not the French way to say it. And they'll say Montreal instead of Montreal. I don't really say Montreal, I'll say Montreal. I'm like one of those people. But I only do that because like when I say Montreal, people will be like, what are you, French? And I'm like, no, I'm just saying it the proper way. And they'll like tease me or whatever, right? Because Ontario is not all that bilingual. It's really, like, we only actually have one bilingual province, and it's like, I think it's like New Brunswick, where all the street signs are in English and in French. Otherwise, in Quebec, it's mostly just French over there. And then in Ontario, it's mostly just English over here. So here's the video I was finally talking about. It took me forever to find that. Turn that down just a smidgen. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I think I'd made that the exact same volume as was before, but... English people in Montreal say the same thing? Yeah, I'm not surprised. I think that's so wild that there are people that live in like Montreal, Montreal, and they don't speak a single word of French. Like that just seems so foreign to me as an idea. But at the same time, pretty cool. And then also, like Toronto, given that it's so incredibly multicultural, we have like so many people that don't speak a single word of English and have lived here their entire adult life or whatever. Because there are so many communities that are just made up of like, you know, just certain demographic parts of the world, right? So you can just go in there and expect to find like food, culture, language, everything as if it was just back home. And it is not very uncommon to bump into people on a daily basis who do not speak English at all. And it's just no problem, you know? Because for like my, one of my many random part-time jobs, I do orthotic sales, as you guys want to know. And yeah, I mean, so many times it's just people just don't speak English. And it just, you're just like, no problem. Or if I go to like Ottawa or something, like a little bit closer to Quebec, which is like one of the, you know, the French provinces, there might be people that don't even speak any English, and I speak like terrible French, but I'll, you know, I'll do my best, and they'll speak like a little bit of English, and they'll do their best. So, can I make some canals in the city? Yeah, we can try that. We had a little bit of a canal network kind of happening down here, which I still want to work on, and this was kind of being done in an effort to control flooding when we get hit with floods, and it seems to be a casualty of our previous flood, a boat that sank. And we also made this dam as kind of like a flood wall. But I do want to do some more like canals as like a decorative thing, which is kind of what we're not really doing here, but the idea of what we're doing here. But I want to just hide this in like rocks and a whole bunch of other stuff though. But this was kind of cool. But yeah, let me just drop down a whole bunch of rocks and stuff, and we'll just beautify this. I wanted to see just how this looks, just out of sheer curiosity, if it's worth keeping or not. Can I try and introduce myself in French? Bonjour, je m'appelle William, ou je m'appelle ImperialJedi. Mon français, c'est pas le plus meilleur. Et mon accent, c'est also just terrible, you know? I've been told that I speak French the way I speak English. Like, I don't have, like, a French, like, mind or whatever. And I had that, like, all the time when I was in Paris. Like, instantly people were like, no. I'm like, oh, I'm trying. They're like, yes, but no. Okay, that's cleaner. Nope, it is not. Oh, not that bad. Oh, thanks, guys. Yeah, ma tante, elle est canadienne-française, et elle seulement parle français avec moi. I usually only speak English back, which is like the worst, but she's on me to try and speak more French. There, that's a bit cleaner looking. I'm happy with that. I just wish, in general, I spoke more languages. Like, if I have the time when I'm older, I would love to learn, like, German, like, Korean, just, like, a whole bit, like, Italian, just a whole bunch of other just useful languages. And there's so many of them, like, they sound, like, you can just hear the origin language, right? Like, so many of them, to me, sound kind of like they're English. Or sorry, when I'm, sound French. It's like when I'm doing trade shows and stuff, I'll hear just a few root words, and I'm like, oh, yes, that's a familiar word. I think we need
the Forest Service has stated that there is a risk of an imminent forest fire in the area. Residents are advised to avoid forested areas.
A little bit of fire here.
A forest fire is raging in the area.
Yeah, actually, both my parents speak German. Crazy enough. My dad was in the Air Force, the Canadian Air Force, and he was stationed in West Germany during the Cold War. So he like lived there and stuff. And so I was almost born in Germany, but my dad got stationed back here in Canada again. Okay, let's just hang out and watch this for a second. This is proving to be a bit of a disaster. Literally. You speak fluent Welsh? Oh, that's awesome. Christian Carter, you're learning Italian? Yeah, I gotta learn Italian, because Girlfriend Jedi, her background's Italian. I understand French much better than I can speak it. And, like, you know, in Canada, you have to take French. Like, there's, when you're in school and stuff, like, they force you to, which is not a bad thing. Like, you know, a brain that knows two languages is better for you just anyway. Or so I've read. And, yeah, I think it's important. I mean, like, Canada, there's a lot of, like, you know, French cultural history, right? So it's important to know, you know, know where you came from type thing. Obviously, it's handy being able to speak English, but I think it's good to speak other languages. Look at the fire starting to spread to these buildings. Where are our helicopters? Will you get here already? Oh, here they are. Okay, good. Fire trucks? Okay, good. Man, we have a slow response time. I remember the issue, and we were talking about this in the last stream, is like the helicopters have to leave their little base, fly to a water source, and then fly over here. So we should have their base of operations like right next to a river, or like make a little pond or something, like in town. Oh yeah, that's what we should totally do. So yeah, theoretically the helicopter could use these kind of things. And if we had a canal system, that's even better. Oh, well, how about that? Okay. So we should kind of have a canal kind of float through this little valley. Just like cut this in half or whatever, kind of along the highway. That could work. Welsh is basically a load of Y's and I's. Like Welsh and Gaelic, they just sound so strange to me.
A forest fire is raging in the area.
Say, like another one, but no, it's still the same.
Tree houses immediately.
All right, well, that's, I mean, I want to say it's out, but I mean, this is pretty much burning itself out, so I think that's fine. So this is also not too bad. Go back over here. The more of this I watch it, the more I like it. Okay, we want this to be a taller bridge so we can go over our little highway thing. Nice. And then, like, we really have to use a lot of high-density buildings over here, because otherwise this infrastructure and stuff is going to seem, like, astronomically too tall. Do that. Can I show traffic for a second? Absolutely. A few hotspots. More so just high volume. I usually put it on 3-speed when I'm showing traffic and stuff. Just empty that. We can stare at some of these hotspots and see. So like here, I wouldn't say this is necessarily bad. This is just high volume. It does look like people are making their way through fast, relatively. Now I wonder if for the sake of making things even better, just because this ends up being a bridge, what if we make that into a wider road there? And pina colada! Ooh, awesome drink. Welcome aboard, thanks for following. I like pina coladas. Not a very manly drink, but still really nice. There we go. Add some extra lanes. Ah, I see, I see. Oops, did not mean to destroy the highway. Well, what if we redraw that? I'll click on everything here. With wider road. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Why don't we go from here into there? Yep, now we're talking. Yep. Interesting little curve. Yeah, I don't dislike it. Let me try that again, though. I just don't like it enough to keep it. Oh, infinitely better if we do that. No, I need to turn this off. If you like pina coladas. Exactly, right? I'll see if you guys are having to listen to my singing. I can sing like operetta style. I have like that kind of voice for it, you know, the oh, you know, like that kind of stuff, but not really. Why am I having the hardest time with this? There we go. No, wait, the slope is still weird. Turn it. You guys can see what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm after. Oops, too many clicks. Yep. Okay, so back to our traffic map. Let's take a look at some more of those red zones, see if we can improve on them. Otherwise, I mean, it's really not too bad. This is obviously a high volume area. This used to be a disaster. Infinitely better now. Same with this whole spot. This all used to be a disaster. Slightly better. Actually, a lot better. Still a lot of volume through here. I wonder what our long-term solution for that would be. Hypothetically, the option, I don't think we have room for it, but it's like if these became a bridge, and then like you force, no, that's too much craziness. Let's just leave that for the moment. Oh, some nighttime, oh yeah, totally. Yeah, I'm way behind doing a lot of beautification. Like in and around here, I was about to drop in some rocks and kind of make that look a little bit nicer. But let's, we'll turn on the day-night, and I'll turn on weather again. So I like a thunderstorm at night. I just don't really like them during the day, though. And because I don't have the mods, I can't adjust the time, unfortunately, so we'll have to kind of play and just let time kind of progress. But we'll hang out here for a second. I think there's not really any other traffic spots I want to fix. In traffic, it's not bad in the city. It's definitely a work in progress. And we're a little bit behind as well with some of our public transit lines. And we had a request a little bit earlier for a tram line. I think we should definitely put one of those in after we do a little bit of this. And all I'm going to try and do here is just drop in a whole bunch of like rocks and just cool stuff, make this look hopefully neat. And if this is a fail, then I'll delete it and we'll try again or something, I don't know. I love using these sunken rocks in the on the edges of the I can't build that on water? What does that even mean? Of course I can build this on water. How do you think these got here? There we go. Anyway, I love using the sunken rocks. It just makes it seem so cool on these like cliff sides. Look at how nice that is. The only thing is, you can even see it's already starting to happen, is they interact very strangely with the water. They almost act like kind of like a square, so the water doesn't really flow sometimes all that nice over it. So we'll just have to be a little bit aware of that. And because of the way the asset is created, like they offer a lot of opportunity for overlap. Cool. I love putting these ones in because they have a whole bunch of littler rocks kind of mixed in with them. And then yeah, you can see like lots of overlap. Oh yes. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna be going back to our snowfall snowfall map, but the trams, they are part of the snowfall DLC. So just like the title says, I've got all the DLC installed, all the options, all the packages. And then that's After Dark, Snowfall. I've got the high-tech DLC buildings, and I've also got the Art Deco buildings, as well as stadiums, natural disasters. I'm trying to think of some other updates that came out, like Game Day. Man, I got a lot of DLC. This game, they've been busy with their DLCs. That's good. And I don't think the DLC is poorly priced. I know that some companies like really overcharge for it. I think City Skylines is very reasonable. And then they have sales like so often when it comes to just like their DLC and the base game just in general. So if you're patient, you can probably get it for a really good price. Or if you're impatient, just buy it full price and no worries. See what I mean about the water? See how it's like kind of like, see how it's like stopped flowing now? It has to like fall over top of this. So I'm gonna let it sit and see if it just kind of settles and does it, you know, does the thing we want it to. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be doing a few winter theme streams. You know what we could probably do is, earlier someone in the stream requested some Christmas music, because next Sunday is the absolute last Sunday before Christmas, which is so wild. So I think next Sunday we should do a Christmas themed stream. So we should have some holiday music. I'll see if I can find myself like a little Santa hat or whatever. And we can just, you know, we can just have a nice, you know, fun time or something. Play some Christmas music, spread some Christmas cheer. I'm gonna say open some Christmas gifts, but I don't know how we could do that, but you never know, we'll figure out something. Okay, so I'm gonna be building a little tram roadway thing around this. I'm just gonna make it seem like our kind of like hillside thing here is all like cliffs and like rocky and this and that. And I don't know, it might look too chaotic, too busy, so it could change, but my thoughts are it should look pretty neat as kind of like a little underlying setting to, like, you know, our airplanes and everything landing. Because the whole goal of this, eventually, when we buy the next tile, is to push this out to absorb part of the highway, make this into like a tunnel, which would be pretty crazy cool. And then have, yeah, maybe this whole top thing become like a couple airports. So we can, you know, just get more planes in here. Because we can't really do custom airports, unfortunately. But we can drop, like, you know, a few airports down. And, yeah, that should be pretty neat. Because obviously using mods, you can make like the craziest, coolest, most realistic airports imaginable. Without mods, not so much. You can kind of see with all these rocks down here, we're losing a little bit of that like flow kind of thing. Let me delete a couple of those, see if that helps with the speed. But otherwise, I mean, this is kind of like a waterfall. And this is settled nicely, so I'm happy with that. Hey, Salty, what's up, man? Someone had to say it? Oh, I thought you were just dropping it in for the first time, Salty, but I remember you were here earlier. Broken brain, remember that, boys and girls. Oh, almost nighttime. Now we can view our beautiful city at night. Oh, big fire burning. Oh man, this looks gorgeous, right? Anyone coming to put that out? Yep. Man, this game honestly is so beautiful. Yeah, Salty, sorry about that, thanks. Just say about? Well, we don't say about. Like, you gotta be outside of the city. Like, if you're in Toronto, you pretty much speak, like, so neutral, like, no accent. Basically, like me, I guess, is a good way to put it. If you just go, like, the weentiest bit, like, little bit north of Toronto, I kid you not, people, they talk a little bit slower, you know, a little bit of that don't you know kind of thing. Oh, yeah, I saw Tom the other day. He had just bought some new cattle. He was bringing it up with his truck. You know, he decided to come in. We had a couple of beers. Nothing really too much to talk about. Like, that kind of stuff might happen, right? But not really in the city. You gotta be kind of in the boonies for that. Or, like, you know, in, like, farming kind of country. And, like, they're, you know, from east to west coast, like, everyone in Canada has a different accent. Like, in Ontario in the center, we're very neutral. Same with on the west coast. It's a little bit more kind of like California, I guess. Maybe a little bit more slang and kind of laid-back terminology. But on the east coast, everyone has, like, the hintest amounts of a, kind of, you know, a Scottish accent. 'Cause a lot of, like, you know, people from the UK kind of settled on the east coast. And obviously, if you're in Quebec, a lot of French accents. If you're in, like, you know, the, like, Saskatchewan, Manitoba type thing, if you're in, like, the prairies, like, you know, it's pretty much, just, again, kind of neutral, a little bit more kind of farming, rural kind of talk. Such a disappointment. Oh, I mean, I don't know. I kind of, I'll say a lot, I guess. I don't know if I've said that too many times this stream, but I guess I fit some Canadian stereotypes, not all of them. Okay, so our nighttime budget, unfortunately, is not all that delicious. So we probably should be doing some more zoning. I guess we can build a little bit at night. I'm going to put this a little bit on hold till the daylight kind of returns. Otherwise, where can we do some building? I guess we can kind of expand a little bit on this neighborhood here. Just slightly. And something that we could do... An Audio Ape, what's going on? Thanks for following. Welcome. Hope you're having a good day. So yeah, something that we could do... why is this two-way and then not two-way? Great. Is bring a new tram over to here. And just start like a little tram roundabout thing or something. So have like a tram track come in through here. Take a little bit of a curve. Go down here. Become tram only. And then we'll just do a point for it to turn around. A little bit oversized. But the idea is right. And we'll just craft like a new little neighborhood right here, and we can work this into a park or something. And why are these cars coming down here? Where are you even going? Don't y'all have better stuff to do with your lives? Do this. some of that. Oh, you know, it'd be really nice to not have two lights right here. Okay, so if you're going in, it's just like kind of a little inconvenient. You're forced to turn right, basically, and then go down here to get further in. I mean, it's not that inconvenient. It's a weird flow for traffic. My thoughts are I don't really want a double set of traffic lights, though, on that little road right here. And of course, yeah, oh, Dylan, thanks, man. Thanks for following, too. The other option, of course, would be to, like, bridge over, but then that becomes a little bit busy. So let's try this. I mean, worst case, you just turn right, then turn left. I mean, it's not that inconvenient, I guess. All right, so some shopping. A little bit more squared off zoning. Nope. Try these ones a little bit closer than normal, just to kind of get a different style of buildings to kind of come in. Hopefully. And like smaller houses, maybe. Oh, and I just realized it's daytime again, so let's go back to doing some building over at our waterfall. And then we'll come back to this when it's nighttime again. Oh, thanks for saying so, man. Like, Dylan, that means a lot to me. Like, everyone compares me to Bob Ross, which I totally love, because I love watching him. But I try to take that approach, because, like when I play, I mean, you can see my streams are a little bit different. When I'm not doing a tutorial-style city, it's like my play is a little bit, a little bit more advanced or whatever. But yeah, I just have so much fun just trying to help people to play this game. And I was just saying a little bit earlier, I don't know if you were in the stream or not at the time, but I'm really looking forward to starting just kind of like a city that's like just pure for aesthetics. I'm gonna be like swinging for the fences, just getting back into using mods, like just going for the absolute, just like creme de la creme, the best city I can make type thing. And I feel like, every city I make, every time I work on this game, every time I play, I just get a little bit better, I think, hopefully. Just even if it's just like, testing new theories out or whatever, but onward and upward. So yeah, I'm really excited to try that out. And Kartos, thanks for following. Appreciate that too. Guys, all the follows, it means a lot to me. So thanks, thanks for everyone for being here today. And I do want to make more content just in general. I would love to be able to stream more often too, guys. So definitely when you hit follow and all that stuff, it really helps kind of achieve those goals. Because, I would love to be, love to be a household name or something like that, right? Just kind of be out there a little bit more often. Oh, did we just blow through an entire day? Yes, we did, because we were on 3 speed. Of course. Alright, well, I guess by default, we are back here again. I'm going to keep it on 1 speed, so otherwise I'll probably forget again, and we'll just blow through another day. Alright, so let's just make this a kind of a unique neighborhood. We don't have anything too complicated in terms of a tram, though. I think it's going to be just kind of like a straight shot that kind of comes in and then falls back on itself. We won't do like a double tram line like we've previously done. Oh, you know what'd be really cool is if we had thought ahead and lined this up with one of these roads, but I guess we'll come in from... Oh, I know what we could do. Further with that. Up with this. In like that. Oops, or not. Excellent. And then this... Oh wait, is that crooked? It is. Oh, does that mean we can't get... Oh, you son of a gun. And, the Thorondor? I hope I'm saying that right. Thanks for following, too. I feel so bad, guys, when I'm not pronouncing your names properly. And all of you are very creative. But if I do say your name incorrectly, I'm so sorry. I mean nothing bad by it. I just admire your creativity, guys. Why is that not lining up properly? Oh my gosh, we're just having the worst luck imaginable. I'm trying to get stuff to line up today. There we go. Now we got that in for reference. Probably should have done that the first time, actually. Yeah, why did we do that the first time around? Oh my gosh. So silly. And that becomes that. And that would have just been so sweet if that lined up. Unfortunately, it doesn't, just by the littlest amount. Can this be moved? I don't see why it can't be. And that might, yeah. There! Picture perfect. Just a little bit of zoning in here. Awesome. Okay, now let's figure out what we're going to do with this tram kind of connection here. I guess we're going this way. That's going to happen for sure. Oh, pronounced exactly right? Oh, good, good, good. Excellent, excellent. Very happy to hear that. And look, Natic, let me see what you wrote there. Oh, the space elevator, the traffic. Yeah, I haven't, I don't really use too many of those, I don't even have any of those landmarks. Oh, we have to reach population 90,000 first, but I really don't unlock too many things in general. Like, it's kind of hard to reach the milestones. I'm pretty lazy. Oh, Pina Colada, everyone assumes you're Canadian. That's too funny. You must be very polite then, which is not a bad thing. Or is that just, I guess, because of the accent? Okay, let me go back to this tram thing here. I was about to sidetrack and deviate. My fear is that if we do connect the trams across over to here, it just might make a little bit more traffic than it needs to be. So we could always, I mean, backtrack it if needs be, I guess, but I don't know. I'm having like lukewarm thoughts about this, but let's try nonetheless. And what is our tram situation like through here? Yeah, adding more lines to this might not necessarily be the best idea also. So what we could instead do, I was saying how I wanted to have a connection up here, is we can have just one long line that goes down through here and just falls back on itself and just kind of makes the loop, yeah, through this little spot. Why not? Why the heck not? So that means that we have to get a tram in, oh gosh. We need like a tram turnaround point over here, and then we need like a bus or something to cut through all of this. And man, the city looks so nice. I love this, like the staggered hillside. Holy heck, you guys. It's turned out really nice. Oh, look, Natic, that honestly, thanks for saying that. The irony is it took me like forever to read that, you know, interacting with the viewers. But I do try. Like, I know I get very like lost in the game sometimes, and I totally ignore the chat, which is like shame on me, but I try. And you know, like obviously I wouldn't be here without you guys. How can I not send love your way, you know? I feel like, you know, a lot of YouTubers, a lot of streamers, they got there, or like they started really early when there wasn't much competition, and so they kind of grew in that sense just because there was no one else to watch. And a lot of them, yeah, I mean, I don't know, they just don't really engage with their viewers. Sometimes they're a little bit rude to their viewers, which I totally don't understand that at all, man. Like, that makes no sense to me. But no, I mean, I try to kind of, you know, look at things from like your perspective, right? So I want to make sure you guys are having fun while you're hanging out with me. So I guess a tram could come in, conceivably turn left, even though that is a little bit sharp. I don't think I had that as like a left-hand turn envisioned. Because there's the way otherwise to come back down, right? So you just like have a tram come through here, stop, 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 and then, or just like one stop, and then go all the way back down or whatever. And I'm gonna try and be more diligent about uploading these to the YouTube channel afterwards. Like it was tough like a few weeks ago before I replaced my video card and I was running all these computer problems where like my stream was crashing all the time, which was like so inconvenient. And then, you know, I'd have to upload like the stream in like 6 parts, and then like I'm flooding people's inboxes and they're like, yo, what is this, man? And I'm like, I'm so sorry. And everyone unsubscribes and I'm like, please, this is not my fault. Okay. Let me start this. Let's pause just for a second. I know there's no trams that really use this, but I always pause whenever I'm just doing changes to there's really anything involving roads. I have that weird, it's like autopilot moments. Actually, no, let's keep it off pause. I want daylight to disappear. But just in case you guys are like wondering why I do that all the time, it's like just an autopilot thing. Okay, so that's a less steep, less sharp turn, less steep incline as well. So that makes me happy. So tram comes in and then leaves through this chaotic craziness. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. We also have the option, where does this one go? Where does this road even lead? What the heck? Oh. Oh, cool. I can't even believe we made that. Good for us. That's really neat. And extraordinarily complicated. But yeah, it'd be nice though if like a tram went up and through here as well. I know these are bike lanes, we're about to lose that, but I think it's the end of the world. So yeah, what if a tram came through our residential area like this? Yeah, okay, and then that would eventually like make another loop. Alright, so we can have a couple tram lines come through here. Let's just do that one really long one we were talking about. That should be pretty easy to put in. Add taxis? Oh, that's a good idea. Good idea, indeed. We have, I think, a few already. Yeah, we have a few up here. We've got our taxi depot and everything. I'm going to drop down another depot, just another part of town, so we can dispatch from elsewhere. Let's do this near the stadium. Some taxi stands. Oh, it'd be really cool is if we, oh, never mind. Can't do that because we don't get the zoning squares available there. Delete that. Just do that many. And then these will leave here and hopefully dispatch, and that'll help a little bit with traffic too. Okay, so let's put in a tram route. So we will start here. And onward we go. I'm going to stop here, even though we haven't zoned yet, because I'm sure we will be building. Are those cabs? Oh, cool. Show up as green on our map. And let's do some... Let's go through this way, yep. Do some stops here so that people have the option to kind of, you know, line share. Not too far of a walk to transfer over, hypothetically. And now, do we cut through like this and then go up? Oh, that would be awesome. Let's do that. This is a super, super long line. And we finally getting some action with the trams through here, which is great. Oh my gosh, this will be cool. And the buildings are gonna level up. Oh, nice, nice, nice. I don't necessarily want to stop down here, but oh gosh, could we, like, it just seems foolish to have a tram go through here, but like not go through here. So why don't we do this? I know this is like a little bit silly. I'm not gonna put a stop here, even though, like, by that same logic, you know, if we zone or something, we should have a stop here. We can always add one, I think, later on. We'll put one, just in case. Probably won't have any here. And we'll just come up to here. Up through here, and my goodness gracious me. This is insane. Okay, this is a little bit longer than I thought. We're going to do a little bit of a loop just to kind of end things off right here. Nice. Let's put a stop right there, and then a stop Like that. Okay, there we go. All right. So now let's fall back on the same routes, just so we can kind of use both sides of the street type thing. Now, is that a one-way street, or is that just being finicky? It's just being finicky. And then we're going down this way. Adding a stop, because maybe we'll put a little bit of housing right there. And then it's like it's tempting and necessary to stop here. Luckily, we can stop on this side of the street, so that kind of, you know, is making up for that side. Yeah, that works too. So forget I was going to say.
Geologists predict that a sinkhole could strike at any minute.
Why?
Residents should take precautionary measures.
Darn it, we're on such a roll here. I totally forgot disasters were even on. We're just flying under the radar right here. Well, sugar sticks. Why don't I put a wind turbine? Or why did I put a wind turbine? Oh, nice. This is right in the middle of the... most of the time, I'll do it to just kind of spread power around.
Harm's way and contact authorities with any information.
I don't remember which one it's in, but... Yeah, usually it's just for power kind of sharing options. Like, I won't really put power lines too often in. I'll kind of, like, drop these down just to kind of spread power around. And I really like the look of just having some wind turbines in the city. Just in general. Alright, so a little bit of line sharing. You can see we're overlapping some of the stops right there. Otherwise, this is now heading back. And bada bing, bada boom. Complete line. Awesome. Probably should have another set of stops over here. Cool. Okay, let's color that line. Yeah, sinkhole in the middle of the ocean. We got really lucky with that one, guys. Super, super lucky. I think we're like a dark blue color. I think that was our tram kind of fleet color. Yeah. Oh, is that iconic song coming back in? Okay, I'm going to turn this up because I love this SimCity song so much. This is the Goosebumps song, if you guys remember I got earlier. This one is SimCity 2013. If I were to, like, you know, hear any song and be like, know instantly what it's from, this is the game that I, like, totally can recognize this. We can do a few disasters when we end the stream off. Like, last week what I did was I saved the game, and then we just blew the city to absolute smithereens. So I have totally no problem doing that again this time around. Just gotta make sure I save it first. Otherwise, oh my goodness. What a headache that would be. Okay, let's see if we can spot some trams making their way on our new line here. Oh, it is. It's happening. I can see them. I don't think you guys can see, but oh, I love it. Goosebumps while I'm sweating. What an odd experience. And X Happy Life. Thanks for following, and thanks for tuning in today. Okay, even though it's nighttime, I'm gonna drop in some trees over here, because we keep forgetting to do that. And it'll be like a little surprise for when the sun comes out. We'll see how this looks. We had a request like a while ago, and I feel so bad to do some beautification and that kind of stuff. So we kind of started with this, kind of a little bit sidetracked. This has been a stream of just non-stop sidetrackedness, but I mean, we're slowly getting there. Our population, like, moving at a snail's pace, but you know, like, we're making our way to the airport. 70,000 is the airport unlock, and that's kind of our next milestone. And then we can buy ourselves the next tile next to our little, like, basically this one right here. We can finish terraforming, kind of work on making like the tunnels and everything for the highway right there. Eventually reshape the area, extend our little transport hub, drop down a couple airports, and we kind of need to do maybe like a cargo line or something that kind of comes in there too. I don't know if that's crazy talk or not, but we'll see. Any trees in between these? Probably not. Area 1. Cool. That should look nice when the sun comes out. Should we add metro? Yeah, I think we should, actually. Couple calls for metro? Yeah, we'd probably do a metro line starting at the station up here. Start like a little central transit hub. Kind of like a multi-level deck right here. A little pedestrian walkway access, which is pretty nuts. Like, I think in real life you'd have, like, you know, elevators or escalators or I don't even know, or something. Or maybe the height difference wouldn't be as extreme. I don't know. I mean, we're the ones that terraformed this after all. You know, I mean, like, obviously it's too late now because the amount of effort would be ridiculous, but I wish we could scale this down by like half the height. We might maybe do a little bit of that on the other side, but I'm not disappointed with the height. I just think this is now very dramatic when I see it like this, right? But got a bus hub over here. So yeah, we can probably put a little metro hub here. We'll have the metro connection in with the airport anyway. So we can, you know, draw a metro line up there. And then we can have one that just maybe follows this avenue the whole way across the city. Just, you know, all the way across or whatever. And then have like a T shape kind of go right there. And then just like another supplemental line here. And then one that probably goes straight that and then like straight this way. See, I mean, that'd be pretty cool. Oh, Kurt, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to at all. Oh gosh, I was saying that earlier. I get so caught up sometimes in like, some of you sometimes are having like conversations amongst yourselves, so I gotta like scan the chat and I sometimes miss messages, so I don't want you to think like at all that that's the case. And like, I know how that feels because I'll watch other streamers too, and I'll just kind of drop like a couple questions here and there, and like I'm like feel like the only one they don't respond to, and I'm like, oh my heart. So I know how it feels. So I'm so sorry. Like, I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you or anything like that. And whenever that happens, I feel so bad instantly afterwards. How do you know how many stops to add? That was basically the question. I kind of do like spacing of about maybe one stop per block or so, maybe every other block. And my thought just for that is it's kind of like in real life. I just think of like how far am I willing to walk? And so say if that stop wasn't there, like do I really want to walk 3 or 4 blocks? So I've been told that I do maybe too many stops, or like my frequency of them is a little bit too close together, so it could come down to like a personal preference thing. I find that I don't normally run into too many problems with trams kind of, you know, getting backlogged or whatever, right? Everything seems to kind of flow nicely. Also, it depends on what type of route you're going for, because you could do something like an express route, where, like, you know, say like you wanted to get from like just this district to the central hub. I'd probably do that with a bus line, just so that they can kind of sneak around and use more lanes. But you can just have like, yeah, like a one-stop, you know, one-stop shop, like one over here and then one over there, and just express shot it or whatever. But for me, especially with the trams, I want them to be kind of like land trains. So just lots of use, essentially. And my thought is like, not like the more stops, but like the more accessible and the easier it is to kind of get on and off the tram, the more likely you are to use it. Look, Static, I try, but I'm so bad. But at least I know I'm not alone. I know other streamers have the same kind of problem too. And some of them like don't even bother. Like they won't read the chat at all. And I don't get that. Kind of like we were talking a little bit earlier, right? Okay, let me take off the day-night cycles. So we've seen a few of those, which are probably nice, but it's a little bit tricky to kind of build during the night. We'll turn off the weather too. I try, guys. I try. Look how nice this looks right now that the trees and everything are in. That's kind of cool. These rocks are doing that weird thing though. I don't want to get rid of them. But he said there's like no water in like that part. But if I get rid of that, then the water will like fix itself. I hate when this happens. Because I end up having to like redo all the rocks. Let's try that though. A little bit better. Okay, so let's do a little bit more of a push for population, because we're heading in the right direction. I said a long time ago that I wanted to zone over here for some people too. We can maybe try some of that. Get a little bit of use out of that interchange. Otherwise, we can just drop a few more streets in here really quickly. And then hopefully some more people will start using the tram. And I want that to line up, even if it doesn't connect. And those will never line up, so I'm not going to do that, because then you would notice that they don't line up. But we can do that. There we go. Save my game, try different options, like more stops and stuff. Oh my goodness, that sounds like such a... We can try, just for simplicity, different styles of lines and just kind of see. But like I just find, like, even when I'm playing like other transit games that require like stops and stuff, I'll just do like, yeah, one stop like every other block, maybe every block or so, not too close together, and then I'll try not to put them like, you know, in the roundabouts or like in the little spaces in between, you know, intersections, right? I'll just kind of be conscientious about that to a certain extent. And then whenever possible, I'll have lines do a little bit of overlap and like sharing, so you can kind of see some stops for different lines that kind of happen all in the same spot. You know, so if you're a little, you know, passenger or whatever, you get off here, just walk across the street, get on a different tram. And then I usually will put like one main central transit hub in my town. And then the goal would be just to kind of link everyone and every type of transit vehicle over here so that you have the option to like transfer and, you know, come in by train, leave by tram type thing. And I'll have some like separate roads so we have, you know, options for more trams to kind of stop and pick up people without slowing anybody down really. See, same thing over here. So lots of options. And this is going to be, you know, double, triple in size. We're going to bring some more tram tracks through, have like an airport shuttle and stuff, so... I mean, oh my goodness, we're so ambitious, especially for a vanilla build here. And I try not to do too long of a line, because like you end up with, I don't know, like this game it's pretty good for the spacing of vehicles. You might end up with too many vehicles or like that kind of stuff. So in terms of like a transit line, this is my longest one. This one right here, it just goes from like literally one end, it seems like, to the other, kind of cutting through. Where'd we go? Oh yeah, up here, that's right. Jeez Louise, that's a very, very, very long one. This is probably the longest transit line I've ever done in City Skylines. And I don't know if the spacing of the vehicles is enough. It might just be that the game will send out, say, like cap it at 20 vehicles on the line, and then you end up with like, you know, not the right kind of frequency. Like there's just too much distance in between the trams. But I think the spacing hasn't really figured itself out yet because we haven't put that many trams on yet. And where is that thing going? Oh, right, our interchange is down here. I thought we was going across like this. I was like, oh great, everything's messed up. Do I do? No, actually I don't. Everyone always thinks I do. I'd be interested in doing like city planning or architecture and stuff, but it just seems like it's such a narrow field. Like I wouldn't be able to build like a city, right? That'd be kind of like what I would want to do. But they'd be like, here you go, kiddo, here's an intersection. And I'd be like, no. And we got 5 years to do it. I'd be like, oh, really? I'm like, that's not, you know? And, was it Squeegee Ouija? Oh, cool. I like your name. Thanks for following. Welcome. But no, I work with my dad. My dad has an engineering company. We do aeronautical engineering. And I just do, you know, like basically the desk stuff, right? So office administrative stuff for him. So it's not really anything even engineering related. But I've just always been very fascinated by architecture, design, and like symmetry. And I've just been such a public transit junkie ever since I was like a little kid. Like my idea of fun would be just like riding like a streetcar around, you know, town all day or going on the subway or something, like, you know, metro. I was a pretty easy going kid. This is turning out to be a nice little area here, isn't it? A little compact town. And the taxis, yeah, I think they're part of After Dark. That sounds right. Oh no! I've done that before too. The worst is when you close the tab, right? Like, you know, you pose a question, and then you close the tab, and you don't even know if the streamer answered or whatever. And Connor Wilson, thanks for following. Thanks for tuning in too. A lot of new followers today. Adding to our numbers. And so yeah, guys, we do a City Skylines stream, and hello ASDF, also with a follow. Yeah, so we do a weekly City Skylines stream, so every Sunday, 2 p.m. Usually stream, you know, 2 or 3 hours, kind of in that ballpark. So we're, I mean, not coming to an end, but we're going to be wrapping up sometime soon. And, I mean, I might do another stream again tonight of some Battlefield 1. I was playing that last night. I don't know, some of you were hanging out with me for that. And, like, I'm terrible at the game. Like, just, like, embarrassingly bad. But I had so much fun playing. So, you know, as long as you guys can kind of stomach me being the worst soldier in, like, career history, then you guys should hang out for that. Otherwise, midweek, I tend to do usually one stream. My schedule is kind of all up in the air, so I don't necessarily have a day in mind, but I'll sometimes stream like some Rust or just DayZ or just other games here and there. But for sure, City Skylines, at least once a week, usually on Sundays. Or like always on Sundays, I should say, not usually. And then if needs be, we'll probably do like a second day of streaming. I'm going to put one of these down just over here temporarily. We're going to have to build like a little area over here for like utilities and like that kind of stuff. Oh, it's late in France? Oh yeah, I imagine so. Yeah, I have a, yeah, I'm aware of that too. I know a lot of you kind of watch from like Europe or like eastward. Not a lot of North Americans. And, you know, just also for that reason, too, I am trying to upload some more of my streams afterwards to the YouTube channel, just so you guys can kind of watch them again later on. Water flow not the best over there. Loving this. Trams and traffic is pretty good. This is growing nicely. Yeah, let's go over here. Let's do some more work. So earlier, I was talking about wanting to bring in another highway interchange and the set of tram tracks to just kind of wrap around our little new lake thing right here. And I'm going to build the interchange, I guess, right here, and then we can terraform outward and have like kind of a mountainy kind of thing. But I'm going to scale a little bit down, I think, with the height. Maybe have like a 2-tiered airport. I don't know. That sounds silly. We'll see, though. I think that goes straight for a little bit. Man, guys, Rogue One is so close. Like, I can't even believe that. What a time to be alive. Star Wars movies coming out every, like, you know, every year. Unbelievable. This is what it was like back in, like, the 70s and 80s, you know? Imagine how exciting that would have been. Hey, you guys hear about that Star Wars movie? Oh, no, what is it? Well, that sounds great. Let's go see it. And you watch it, and you're like, oh, my God, my life has changed. You know? Alright, let's get these curved in the same kind of way, hopefully. And I'm probably going to see the movie like 2 or 3 times opening week, because I'm like one of those people. In general, I love watching something like twice. Like TV shows, movies. Because, you know, you watch and enjoy it the first time, and you're not really paying too much attention. And the second time, you're just like scrutinizing like every single detail. And then, like, you know, you see, like, everything that you missed that was, like, hiding in plain sight. And you're just like, oh my gosh, this movie really is really, really good. And Rust can definitely be very toxic. That is definitely sure. I luckily play on a really, really cool private server. So, not too many idiots, luckily, there. I mean, it's not all, you know, fun and games. We have shootouts and we blow stuff up and everything. But it's not as bad as a public server. And, Lozentrin? I hope I'm saying that right, with the follow as well. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here. Oh, this needs to be at 2 spacing. Did we go from 3 to 2? No, we were always at 2. Oh, Squeegee Ouija, I'm doing quite well. And happy to have you here. First time viewer, it's cool. So the stream, I mean, probably going to wrap up in about 15 or 20 minutes, guys. My goal was to stream for around 3 hours, 2 hours, kind of ballpark. We're just kind of coming up on the 3-hour mark, so that's awesome. I just gotta, like, my mom is out of town, and I gotta run over and feed her cats. And they're, you know, they're finicky if they have a late dinner, right? So can't be going too much longer. But yeah, I think we're probably going to stream some Battlefield 1 a little bit later on tonight if you guys wanted to hang out for that. And I was just saying, I'm terrible, like terrible at the game, like embarrassingly terrible. So you'll have to deal with that, but I have a lot of fun playing. And I think I'm getting better. Maybe. I'm going to redo the other side, because I think I like the look of this sun. Actually, a few people from the stream play in the Rust server that I play in. I don't know if any of them are here right now, though, but... So if I do stream Rust, you might see some familiar faces. Get you some DVDs? Oh, gosh. How have you never watched a Star Wars film? I don't understand. I hear people like you exist, but then when I meet you in real life, I'm like, how is this real? Like, Star Wars movies, even if you're not like a sci-fi fan, they're just awesome. It's like a, you know, it's like a cowboy western set in space kind of thing, right? Oh, speaking of westerns, do you guys watch Westworld? Oh my gosh, like no spoilers. Like, don't give any spoilers. I know some people watch it at a bit of a slower pace, but oh my goodness gracious me. If you guys haven't started watching that show, watch that. Just finished the series, was it last week or whatever it was? And my goodness. Holy smokes. Talk about a show. Yeah, that's nice. Oh, that's so nice. Gee Louise. Now, I don't think we need a highway connection. I did say I wanted to put one in, though, just so that we can maybe have a bit of a relief to this, just in case this gets too crowded. And I'm probably just going to make this one like a super simple, just diamond interchange. And Snow's came here with the follow. Thanks. Welcome aboard. Guys, I do appreciate the follows. Like, I'm trying just to take, you know, like YouTube and Twitch and everything a little bit more seriously, trying to put in some more effort, hopefully increase, you know, quality and stuff for you guys too. I did just get a new video card, so hopefully things look a little bit cleaner and nicer. Yeah, when you hit the follow, all that stuff, it helps a lot. Helps way more than you think too. And, you know, even if you don't stay, it's always nice if you guys just come in, say hi if you see that I'm streaming. Because all those numbers and everything, everything just adds up, you know? It's one of those, like, you know, one vote counts. I don't think that your vote doesn't count, or your view doesn't count or anything. Alright, so there's a quick way on. The only catch is, you have to, like, there's no way to get to the other side of the street, so we're gonna have to put, like a U-turn point or something in. Oh, thanks for saying so. Yeah, I have a lot of fun doing the tutorials. And, KK Maria? I think I'm saying that right, hopefully. Welcome, thanks for tuning in. A lot of first-time viewers today. Means a lot to me, guys. And my poor cat is meowing in the background. You might hear him right now. And Fox PT Gamer, also with a good follow. Thank you very much. Can you hear him? Oh, Linus. Here, let me go let him out. 1 second, guys. In Westworld, it is related to the old movie, indeed. Here, 1 second, guys. One second, guys. It's so snowy. I'm gonna make like a little snap or something. 1 second here. Okay, I'm back. Here, I just did a snap of the outside world. So if you guys have me on Snapchat, you can see that. It's like super snowing right now. Oh, my helmet, yeah. Here, I'll put it on. Some of you guys haven't even seen this. This is so lame. Oh my goodness. But I love this thing so much. Awesome. Yeah, on Halloween, I wore like my armor and everything. So it was fun. Oh my goodness. The only downside, I can't really see anything, or I can't really see too well, because I don't have like my glasses on. But I made this like really weird discovery. The lenses on the Stormtrooper helmet are like not prescription, but they're slightly curved. So I actually get a little bit of like a vision increase when I wear the helmet versus when I'm not wearing it. Which it's so strange. So if I take off my glasses, I can't read the chat, but then when I put the helmet on, I can read the chat, which is so strange, right? Flooding with trip while I'm gone. Yeah, my city's probably burning to the ground while we're gone. Oh, you imagine there was like a disaster while I ran out there? Oh my goodness. Glad that didn't happen. This is not the droid you're looking for. Yeah, so I have like full Stormtrooper armor because I'm just like a super Star Wars enthusiast. And I used to work at a movie theater when I was in high school when like episode 3 came out. And I remember asking my managers, I was like, hey, if I buy Stormtrooper armor, can I wear that for the movie release? And they were like, absolutely, you can totally 1000% work and wear that. And I was like, cool. That's kind of what I did, just to justify buying it. Yeah, I'm an enthusiast. No, I'm not in the 501st, but I actually spoke to quite a few members of the 501st. That's how I got my armor in the first place. A gentleman named Chris. He's the one that's kind of the face for the 501st. He has that really, really, really nice set of armor, and he's the one that usually appears in like commercials and stuff that require like a stormtrooper or something. Yeah, he put me in touch with a guy. I think it was oh god, actually, it might even be Studio Canal Creations that owns the rights now. I totally don't remember who it was, but it's the official armor. Like, you know, they bought the rights to it, and they have the original molds or whatever, and it's like ABS high gloss 90 gauge plastic, and so it's a different material than they used in the movies, so it won't go yellow over time, but it's basically the same mold, same everything. So oh sure, we can definitely do that, Dylan. Request for some beautification to come in. Yeah, so what we can do is just a little bit more effort, because you can see, like, actually I want to move these out of the way because I hate the way that's polluting. Let me just bring this up and over. That's not so bad. And I'm actually going to switch that to this. And just link that up to that. Cool. And yeah, let's do some... oh yeah, this one. The reason why... That's right, this is the wind turbine you were asking about earlier. The reason why I have that one is just so that I have power going to that radio mast. See, when it's not like that, I just didn't want to put in power lines. I guess my logic was I thought that looked a little bit more intrusive than having the wind turbine, but I guess we'll put that instead. Take care, Pina Colada. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, audio wave. No way. Dude, that's awesome. Oh, the German garrison. Cool. Very, very cool. You know anything about this game? You've heard Star Wars? Well, you're in the right place. But now this game, it's like a city building game, right? But I just happen to be a Star Wars enthusiast, and that's kind of like the segue into Star Wars, but... So I want to move these out of the way. Let's do some beautification. Let's have them all on that side. Okie dokie. So yeah, we can just do a nice little corridor of just rocks and trees kind of going all through here. And in this spot, we didn't really do too many rocks, so I guess we can kind of do a little bit of that over here too. So I start with a base of just these small rocks, and I just go bonkers pointing them down. I'll put them like everywhere type thing. And I slowly start using bigger rock assets as I just kind of work my way across or whatever. And I find that in the end, the overlap looks kind of sharp. But it depends on what you're going for. Like if you don't really want a chaotic kind of look, this ends up being too much, which is totally fine. Like, and if you don't even like it, like my feeling, you know, they're not hurt. I just like the kind of chaos, I guess. And Dastardly Seagull, that's a cool name. Thanks for following. Thanks for tuning in. So yeah, just like a little bit of a base of these to begin with. And then we'll just start slowly. Slowly using more of these. And it's like where I live, like in Canada and stuff, and I'm sure it's the same for like you guys like Northern Europe and everything. Like, there's so many rocks and like trees and just like, you know, if you just leave Toronto, just like a little bit north, there's some parts of the highway where you can tell just to make the road go straight, they had to blast through like so much granite and stuff. So you end up with these like really tall granite, like kind of shelves on both sides, like steep kind of cliffs and stuff. So it's like rock overboard, rock crazy in Canada. So I'm just kind of used to seeing that, which is why I tend to like, you know, kind of build with this style in mind or whatever. 1,000 years with the fall though. 1,000 years, that's a long time, 1,000 years. All things considering, that's 10 lifetimes, that's crazy. That's if you're lucky to live to 100, which is hard to do. Otherwise, you know, people would be doing that all the time, right? And Asomio 53, that's a cool name. Also with the follow. That'd be so wild. Actually, I read, and like, I don't even want to, oh my goodness. It was just this really nice thing. It was like a perspective of like how dogs see humans as like immortal, because we live like so much longer than they do, right? Like, you know, like 7 times their length or whatever. And it was like someone wrote a poem from the perspective of like a dog or whatever, and it was just like the coolest. And it just gave me, I'm getting goosebumps right now thinking about it. A lot of goosebumps this stream here. Oh my goodness gracious me. Hey Squeegee Weed, you're Canadian too? All right, rock on. That's Canuckians. Yeah, I live in Toronto, and I was born in Ottawa, and I've lived in Alberta as well. My sister was born in like northern Alberta. Nice to see that pollution start to go away. And yeah, so like all this overlap and everything just for me looks a little bit more familiar. That's all I kind of see all the time, right? You live in Toronto too? Oh, no way. Well, I'm the West End. West End club or crew or whatever, right? I live near the junction. Like one of the last few places in Toronto that's not overly expensive. 'Cause man, oh man, this place is quickly pricing me out. Like I don't know how I'm gonna buy a house. Like, oh my gosh, right? Scary prospect. Alright, now this is going to look a little bit incomplete and just weird until the trees go in, which I totally understand. So again, if you guys are like not really feeling this look, like don't worry, you don't have to do it. It's just I like this, so that's why I'm doing it, I guess. Good way to put it. Oh yeah, this is the Foggy Hills map, you are correct. And this is just one of the default European maps that kind of comes with the what update was the was that after or Snowfall? Is that when that came in? Like I happen to have all the DLC, so I just don't remember what is with what anymore. I have to physically look it up. There's so many. There's a few houses. I think I hear Star Wars music upstairs. I think my roommates were actually watching Star Wars. That's too funny. I think they are. Do some disasters at the end of the stream? Oh, you betcha. We definitely will. Last week, what I did to end the stream is I just saved the game and then we just dropped down like literally at least one of each and just blew the city to smithereens. We tested out some disaster response stuff. Like we won't go all at once. We'll kind of stage ourselves or like stagger it, I guess. This is kind of cool though, I think, right? Now, do these spread power? No, they don't. Is there any way I can make this work in my favor? Like, will that spread far enough? Oh, it will. Well, isn't that nice? Yeah, the radio towers, they need a source of power to work. And this is like, I'm going to broadcast to the Sims when a disaster comes. And if I do send them all to the disaster shelters, like that's how they get the memo, basically. You'll stay up just for the disasters? Okay, well, we're going to be doing that pretty soon. I'm just going to finish up with the beautification right here. So I think we're going to be wrapping stuff up kind of soon. I think we're kind of at our 15 or 20 minutes is up since I last kind of mentioned that. Well, let's start doing some trees now. I think that might be getting to the point where it's starting to look a little chaotic. And another super handy mod to have is the tree brush mod. Just so you can kind of blanket paint your trees, don't have to click like crazy like me, but... And the other thing, I love the unlimited tree mod. Because I know for sure we are going to hit the tree cap. I don't think soon, but like I know we're going to hit it. Like this map is like a gazillion trees, right? So like trees as far as the eye can see type thing. And I think you're capped at 250,000 trees, which I mean, sounds like a lot until you hit the cap and you're like, really? And then like the unlimited trees is not actually unlimited, but you can do 1 million, I think. So I mean, that's cool. And so in Toronto, like one of my favorite highways, Don Valley Parkway, that's like basically driving through a forest kind of feeling. It's like a slightly elevated highway that goes over top of some ravines and like those kind of like, you know, denser kind of like in-town foresty kind of areas. And man, oh man, that is like a gorgeous drive in the fall and stuff. How do I like streaming? I enjoy streaming a lot. I think though it's tough to start as a streamer. I used to stream like only back in the day. And this is before I started doing a lot of YouTube content, and it was tough to kind of get viewers and, you know, people to kind of stick around. It was a lot of like just empty streams or like one viewer, and usually my friend, I was like, yo, stay, please, support. And then I kind of shifted gears. I did a lot of focus on YouTube. Like I made those tutorial videos just to kind of, you know, get some people in and, you know, into the channel, generate some traffic. And then when I started streaming again, it was like a lot more people kind of, you know, jumped over. So it was a lot easier to transition in that sense. And then, you know, I mean, the City Skylines stream is definitely my most popular one. Like, I know you guys don't necessarily come here for other games, which is totally fair. Some of you enjoy hanging out with just me, which is also totally cool. Some of you are here for only City Skylines, which is also totally cool. Don't worry, like, my feelings are never hurt, you know? But I'm trying to do some more games, like that kind of stuff, but... I mean, this one obviously is the most popular, so I have the most fun when I do this, because obviously there's a lot of you here, a lot of interaction, some more stuff to do in that sense. Oh, you should be here, like earlier. I don't want to spam the sax song because then it kind of loses the magic. But we play, we have like an unofficial song in the stream. We call it the sax song, and we switch the chat to like emote only. We just blast like away at emotes and just have like a crazy, just like 3 or 4 minutes of just totally unwinding. It's one of the things where it's like if your parents walk in or like your roommates walk in and you're like you have headphones on, you're just like up dancing like this. People are like, what the heck? It's one of those like no context moments, you know. But like, you know, I mean, the dream would be to stream more often. It's just, unfortunately, I don't have the time to, which is like, it sucks. So I'm these days doing a little bit more YouTube kind of content and focus versus streaming. But hopefully as like time and everything just becomes more available, hopefully, fingers crossed, then I can start streaming a little bit more. But it's very different than making like YouTube videos, because obviously this is a much more like laid back, like I'm just not really in a rush to really do anything. Where in a YouTube video, you're not really trying to waste people's time, especially if it's like a you know, tutorial or something, right? Like, nobody wants to hear a 6-minute intro and talk about your cats and stuff, right? They want to get to the point. So it's, for me, it's like a different approach when I'm like making a YouTube video, doing a live stream, like that kind of, in that sense. You stream 0 times? I mean, it's fun to stream. I mean, some people, they do it for different reasons. You know, some people, they want to be like, you know, super famous. They want like millions of viewers, like that kind of stuff. I mean, it's not impossible. Just it won't happen overnight. So you can't start it, you know, thinking that that's going to be the case. And oh my God, it's David. What's up, David? Hey there, Davey. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Whoever you are. Appreciate you hitting the follow there too. But yeah, no, I don't know. I like streaming. I like making YouTube content. I like hanging out with you guys. But for those of you who are, you know, maybe afraid to try streaming, like don't worry. Just, you know, get a few of your friends. Just, you know, have them sit down, support. Just advertise it, you know, post on some subreddits, you know, blast on your Twitter. And then, you know, if you build it, they will come type thing. I mean, if I can do it, I mean, I don't think I'm doing it, but, you know, I got a few of you watching, which is cool. But really, if you're focused and you have a plan and you stick to a schedule and, you know, you happen to carry a good conversation, hopefully, which I mean, I sometimes do. I know I kind of have like my facepalm moments, but I think in general we have fun here. And Putzer with the follow, I think that's your name. Welcome aboard. Yeah, I think it's looking good with the trees. That turned out kind of nice, right? Yeah, this is really nice. Like, this for me feels kind of Canadian too. Like all like the pines and everything. Trams are kind of nice. A lot of overlapping infrastructure. Big fan of this cloverleaf interchange. I mean, this feels so North American to me. So, I mean, we're supposed to be doing a European map. I'm kind of going for like a Northern European hybrid map or something here. I don't even know. This is definitely like a, I don't know, Canadian kind of city to me, but I still like it nonetheless. That's cool. That's a really fun intersection too. Like the you know, the double. What was that even called? I totally forgot the name of it. Oh, diverging diamond. That's what this thing is called. And we still have to try making a continuous flow, but I think we'll do that in the next stream. But we have the other diamond one over here too. And Matt Cassie, maybe. I hope I'm saying that right. One of the two. Thanks for the follow. Welcome aboard. Oh, I guess we didn't do the other side of these arms over here. And guys, I've been known to drop in on some streams too. So like, if for those of you, if you are streaming, like, you know, send me a whisper. If I'm on my computer, you know, and hopefully I get a lot. So sometimes I'm like I'll forget to look for them. You know what I mean? But you never know. You might see me in one of your streams. So don't be afraid to, you know, to advertise to me. It's not bugging me or anything like that. Like, don't worry. Because you guys are taking time out of your day to hang out with me. I'm more than happy to take time out of my day to hang out with you. You know. Hard word to say in English? Okay, that's fair then. Well, it does remind you of a Norwegian city? Okay, good. Good. Because I was going for, you know, I mean, I'm trying not to do a perfect grid. Just like a lot of my style is kind of North American influenced. And Emperix with the follow. That's a cool name too. Thanks, man. And we didn't quite get to the canals and that kind of stuff. And we did have a request to maybe do a canal network kind of coming through here. Still a lot of open space. So I think that's totally achievable and doable. And there's still, I mean, maybe this will be reworked. I don't know. Do another one of our little crossover interchanges. But I think it is now time for us to save the game. And then we can start blasting the absolute smithereens out of our city. So let me just save this. Eurostream 5. Perfect. Alright, so let's get a nice view of the city. Let's turn on our dynamic weather, day-night cycle. Let's just do a nice little look, see how everything is just functioning. That was so lovely. What a beautiful city. Has no idea what's in store for it. And man, what a nice, look at this. This turned out so nice. And I'm so happy to see like this finally complete, like this little interchange and just this now just, I don't know. It's cool. Like I was worried this was going to look too busy, but I love it now. I think we could probably use some more trees and rocks and stuff going into the hills, but it just turned out really cool. And this will look neat when we get trains going overhead, and especially when we get some taller buildings, like some of the skyscraper style ones in through here. Like I want to make this kind of like a taller, denser kind of neighborhood. That'll look really, really wicked. And this, of course, will be the airport. That'll be awesome. So lots to do. Okay, let's blow this place up. Enough chit chat. Do the sax song while we're blowing the place up? Okay, I guess we could do that. I might keep the chat going though, so you guys can still kind of chat and whatnot. But I'll put the sax song on. I'm definitely down for that. And just so you guys can grab the link for yourself, here, let's do this. So I'll put this on. Like, totally feel free to blast emotes. I'm gonna keep the chat going because I know a few of you are gonna ask some questions in this and that about disasters. But don't let me discourage you guys from totally jamming out right here. Alright, friends. So disasters, you find them in your like landscaping tools over in this tab right here. And you just have a whole whack of them. You adjust the intensity. So let's swing for the fences here. Let's just blow this place up, right? So, tornado with a thunderstorm.
Meteorologists have issued a severe tornado warning for the area. Residents should seek shelter immediately if any is available. Meteorologists are issuing a thunderstorm warning for the coming days.
And the thunderstorm looks awesome at night, so hopefully the sun goes down. Let me turn the speed up here. Oh, and because it takes forever to arrive, let's drop a tsunami now. And I'll drop a few meteors and stuff once we get a few more of these disasters going. Yes! Love this! Twice in one stream, too! Oh goodness, all the rest in peace, yep. These poor people have no idea what is about to happen to their city. Oh boy, here comes the clouds. The weather's starting to turn. Oh no, here comes the thunderstorm. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be epic. Oh god.
A tornado has touched down in the area.
So anywhere lightning strikes has a chance to start a fire.
A thunderstorm is battering the city.
So you can see like that tree, for example, is now on fire over there. And here comes a tornado. Oh man, this is insane. Yeah, the stream, it unfortunately crashed halfway through. We've actually been streaming for over 3 hours now, which is great. Started about 2 o'clock, so usually, yeah, 2 o'clock, I'm usually about 5 or 10 minutes late. I have no idea how that's always the case, just time always gets away from me. So I always try to like record and stuff. I usually get like, caught up with like waiting for my video to end, like rendering or whatever, right? But yeah, we stream every Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know some of you like, are further east, you're like in Europe and stuff, so I mean, I'm gonna try doing earlier streams more often, but yeah, 2 p.m. kind of fits most time zones, so. In the midweek, my streams are kind of a little bit chaotic, but sometimes we have, like, usually an evening stream. Oh, we made it emote only? Okay, I guess someone did. No escaping it now. Look how smooth this looks, though, as far as, like, like frames per second and stuff. Like, this is like a well-made disaster. Like, everyone was so worried this would look choppy and, like, unrealistic. This is like a killer tornado, right? Look at this rubble. And what's cool is you can see nighttime, right? all the traffic lights, everything on the broken roads don't create lights. You can see like the path of destruction where the tornado went through, which is awesome, right? And then most of these areas are now inaccessible by vehicle, and you can only get here by like helicopter and stuff. Awesome. Now you guys can chat again. Put our SimCity music back on just to end things off here. Okay, so let's send people to the emergency shelters, try and save some lives here. And let's start dropping in some meteors. And let's start a forest fire. Do we have anywhere that's like really wooded though? Oh, we have all this spot, that's right.
Meteorologists are issuing a thunderstorm warning for the coming days. Citizens are advised to stay indoors. The Forest Service has stated that there is
when the trees are like super close together,
in the area.
The fire will spread like alarmingly fast.
The Forest Service has stated that there is a risk of an imminent forest fire in the area.
Wow, look all the fires burning from those lightning strikes too.
Forested areas. A tornado has touched down in the area.
I wish there were hurricanes, but there actually isn't. They only have tornadoes.
A forest fire is raging in the area.
Holy heck, look how fast these fires are spreading.
Tree houses immediately. Astrologists report that a devastating meteor
and I still can't believe they said astrologists. It's supposed to be astronomist.
Residents should seek shelter immediately if
everything is at 10 intensity, that's right. Yeah, this is just, we're going crazy here. And what's crazy, I mean, the fire, it spreads from like building to building. So you can see how fast, and especially in the woods, how fast it goes. And it like lights all the buildings along this on fire, and they start burning. And just like you end up running out of fire trucks. Like it's crazy how like scary disasters are. I mean, look at this is nuts. Lion's Bane, what's up, dude? That went from 0 to 60 very quickly right there. Oh, and the tsunami is on its way. It takes like a long time to come. Oh my gosh, here it is right now, actually. You can just see it right there. You can see it coming in. Now it's a little bit dark. But you can see there's the wave slowly coming. Oh god. Holy heck. That's a meteor. Keeps you employed, you work for FEMA? Well, then you're definitely employed in this city. Holy moly, look at that, the fire and everything. Oh, man. You know what would be, like, too funny? Because we had random disasters on the entire time during the stream. A couple did hit. It would have been so perfect as if we had been like, we just finished this interchange. It's all done. Perfect. And then a meteor comes down and, like, hits it. That there is a risk of an imminent forest fire in the area. Residents are advised to avoid forested areas. Holy moly. I mean, look at how the fire spreads and stuff. And like you see all the roads are like ruined. It's a big gaping hole here now. But you got like helicopters coming in and landing. There's like medical helicopters.
Is raging in the area. Leave campsites and tree houses
you get your disaster cleanup crew and everyone coming through.
Is raging in the area.
This is our disaster management team.
And tree houses
and they're on fire. That's not good. That's really not good. Come on, guys. Where's the fire department here? I think all of the helicopters are busy doing search and rescue and stuff. And we do have some shelters in place. Yep. You drop down emergency shelters. You send people to them. If you want, you can set up like a little evacuation route where you can have like a bus go and pick up people, and you put that down the same way you would with a like a normal transit stop or whatever. And you know, 2 sizes for your options. So you can see here's a disaster shelter now. This is one of the bigger ones. And then there's smaller ones, you can just kind of walk into them. And you get like helicopters to put out the trees, the fires, everything that you can't get to by you know, by truck or whatever. And then unfortunately, because these areas are inaccessible by road, we're gonna have to rely on our already overburdened fire helicopters to put out these fires. Unless the fire spreads close enough to a road that a fire truck can get to. See, this poor guy right here is like, where do we even go? So I mean, the disaster is like a big issue, but it's like afterwards the cleanup and stuff that also is like a crazy. And then when people are in the disaster shelters, like they're not working, so your budget is just like tanking because your city is not generating any income, right? And then yeah, we have disaster services. Like we've got a just like our regular normal city emergency services, and then we've also got a medical helicopter depot. We've got one for the police, and we've also got one for the fire. And then we also have an early warning system, which we put in before in, I think it was like 2 weeks ago in that stream. We have some radio antennas, and these right here, you can see our coverage zone. Drop these down, and they basically will just, create a radio network, and your advanced warning systems will warn your citizens, via the radio. So we've got like earthquake sensors. You can see we got full city coverage right there. We got tsunami boys. And I'm surprised the tsunami hasn't hit yet. It's very slowly coming.
The Forest Service has stated that
and then we've got Doppler radar and a deep space radar to
residents are advised
keep an eye on for like
forested areas.
Meteor strikes. And the slowest moving tsunami imaginable is heading towards our town right now. Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, the tsunami will put out the fires. Exactly. No worries. Well, let's start another fire over here just so we have something for the tsunami to do.
The Coast Guard is warning of a tsunami approaching the area. Residents should avoid roads and waterfronts. The Forest Service has stated that there is a risk of an imminent forest fire in the area.
Right?
Residents
Let me drop
are
another
advised
meteor,
to
too. Those are
avoid
pretty cool.
forested areas. A forest fire is
Just for
raging
fun, where's
in the
my
area.
interchange?
Leave campsites and tree houses immediately.
And bonk.
Astrologists report that a devastating meteor will strike the city in the near
So forget
future.
all the
should
the
seek
sewage or
shelter
whatever, but
immediately if any is available.
here comes the tsunami. Oh, Luxnatic, I think I missed that. What disaster are you most scared of? I think in real life I would probably be most scared of a tornado.
Tree houses immediately. A tsunami has
I think everything else to a certain extent you can kind of survive, but like tornadoes are just astronomically just disastrous events in real life. Luckily, we've never had a tornado in Toronto. We had one, like we get them every once in a while, just slightly outside of the city. And we've had micro earthquakes. So, I mean, a really serious earthquake I think would also just terrify me. But I'm probably most scared of in real life like a tornado because they're so disastrous. And was that Ocelot dude? Is your boy? Oh, cool. I like your name, man. Thanks for following. No, I mean, I don't think it's a performance issue dealing with the tsunamis. And the disasters, they have like a camera that snaps over to the disaster in case you're wondering why they suddenly are just going from place to place.
A meteor strike has occurred.
So this is what I was talking about. Imagine that happened right when I
available.
finished building my interchange. I'd be like, look guys, it's done.
Avoid the impact site and head
Collapses
to
a whole bunch
shelter
of
if any
buildings.
is available.
But no, the tsunami, it's just the water just
fire
moves
is
really
raging in the
slowly.
area. Leave campsites and tree houses immediately.
I'm not sure what creates like the slow moving wave, but yeah, it's just a slow force. So you can see on 3-speed, it's not like we're, like it's smooth mechanics in that sense. It's just a slow moving force.
A forest fire is raging in the area. Leave campsites.
You had a magnitude.
And
Oh, in New Zealand,
immediately.
of course. That's right. It's audio wave. Yeah.
Has struck the city. Take
That's
and
scary.
avoid roads and waterfronts until the water
And Dino
recedes.
Breeder with the follow. Thanks, man. Yeah. Yeah. Ristalol, or I hope I'm not saying your or Ristosal. That's how you say it. Ristosal. That's sorry. We had a magnitude 4.5, I think, a couple of years ago in Toronto. We'll get like every 2 or 3 years, we'll get around a magnitude 4 that is just like 1 or 2 seconds. And it's one of those things like you're just like, is that an earthquake? And then you flip on the news, and then they're like, we had words of an earthquake. And you're like, it was an earthquake. So,
until the water recedes.
but look, guys, all the fire is out. How wonderful. And so our game plan is, I think we're going to do this next stream, is I want to create, like you can see we tried something, but it didn't really, we didn't really do much with it. I want to create like a little network of canals and stuff to try and just help with the disasters a little bit more. I mean, this obviously helps a huge time, like the dam. All right, let's explore some of the disaster. So you can see like buildings massively collapse from like, because the meteor when it strikes creates like a little mini earthquake too, right? This is nuts. Absolutely nuts. Love it though. Yeah, there's one guy driving towards the tsunami. He's like, oh, I'm out of this. On the plus side, look at this. Everyone just drove onto the hill. They're like, well, they can't get caught up here.
A tsunami has struck
driving.
the city. Take caution and avoid roads and waterfronts until the water recedes.
Oh no! You got greedy. You got greedy, friends. Adios. Dangerous business. Okay, let's do some more.
The Forest Service has stated that there is a risk of an imminent forest fire in the area. Residents are advised to avoid forested areas.
An actual earthquake?
A forest fire is raging in the area. Leave campsites and tree houses immediately.
This is absolute madness right now.
Experts predict an
Just driving, la 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 la, and then boom!
Geologists predict that a sinkhole could strike.
That's a scary thing too, right? Like in real life, disasters is not really, you know, a warning or anything, and just, you know, what do you do? See, it's scary to think about. Like, I know some of you, like you were saying, have been through real life disasters, and it's just like it's not fun. Like the movies make it look cool and stuff, and this game obviously makes it look fun, but holy heck, right? Like these are no joke. Oh, our poor city. And you can see because I did all those disasters at once, and I'm on 3 speed, I'm starting to get a little bit of a stutter. So I don't know if it's like
tsunami has struck
the best for us to be doing this
Take
all at once.
Take caution and avoid roads and waterfronts until the water recedes. Astrologists report that a devastating meteor
lots of tsunamis and sinkholes
in the near future. Residents should seek shelter immediately
that's awesome.
if any is available.
The only thing is, like, the tsunamis, they only come from this direction, just because of the way the water is kind of set up on the map.
Stay indoors. Meteorologists
so it would just be like basically another one of those.
Tornado warning for the area. Residents should seek shelter immediately if any is available. A meteor strike has occurred. Avoid the impact site and head to shelter if any is available.
There should be a tornado coming soon.
A thunderstorm is battering the city.
I think this is a sinkhole happening right here.
The storm has passed. A tornado has touched down in the area.
And the cool thing with the sinkholes and the earthquakes is it just kind of, you know, ruins the ground. So you get these like fissures and like tears that open.
Don't panic and wait for help if you are in the affected area. A sinkhole has occurred somewhere in the city. Stay out of harm's way and contact authorities with any information.
This is astrologist.
A forest fire is raging in the area. Leave campsites and tree houses immediately.
Yeah, we're pretty lucky in terms of like earthquakes and like where I live in Ontario. Like I said, we get every once in a while a magnitude 4, which literally just feels like, you know, it doesn't even feel like anything. You just know that there's a little bit of shaking and you're just kind of like aware of it, but it feels like someone just kind of, like you're almost a little bit drunk kind of walking. You're just like, something's off. But like, you know, like the San Andreas fault, like, you know, they talk about how that's like way overdue. And you know, in like the 1996? Was it 91, 96? I don't remember what year it was, but like that 90s earthquake that hit like San Francisco, like, oh my gosh, right? That like, you know, dropped down like highways and like, oh man, like that's crazy. This poor city. It's like basically written off the map now. We have this whole, oh jeez. All of our disaster management buildings, yep. These are the people that are supposed to be helping us with the disaster, and they're on fire. A forest tsunami.
Take caution and avoid.
Can I even pronounce that? A forest tsunami fire nami has struck the coast. Oh my goodness, fire tsunamis. See, look how laggy this is now. I'm gonna take it off 3 speed. We have too much happening. This is the breaking point for the computer, it looks like. Yeah, there's too much happening now. Hopefully my computer doesn't crash. Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, she said, I think it was one of those, like, it's a translation error, where instead of saying, like, you know, astronomers, they said astrologists, unfortunately, but... Well, there you go. Our poor city is absolutely, just totally ruined. Oh my gosh, it is so stuttery. My poor computers.
A tornado has touched down in the area.
Senior Flibby.
Immediately if any is
thanks for following. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, this is way too much for my computer. My computer, like, please, I thought you loved me. But the real issue, right? It's like my CPU is constantly trying to recalculate all the traffic routes for all these people that are being displaced. And theoretically, every new building that burns or every disaster that drops, it throws everyone's traffic route like out of whack. And so then my computer will literally have to recalculate traffic for like every single one of these cars. So that's kind of what I think is the issue. So be fair warned. All right, well, let me bring up the house lights so we can kind of examine our disasters here. But I think we're going to wrap things up and just kind of, yeah, I think we'll say goodbye here. Do a little bit of an exploratory mission here first, though. Holy smokes. There's like literally nothing left to the city. Like this would not even be worth trying to salvage. There'd just be like, so much road infrastructure would have to be rebuilt. This would just be so depressing. Like you can see where the earthquake went through. Like there's the earthquake right there. It just opened up, you know, the entire... Holy heck, right? I can't even remember what the city used to look like before this. And these roads are all blocked with like debris and stuff, so I don't want to go anywhere. I'm just gonna pause so it doesn't get too stuttery. Yeah, disasters, I mean, they're fun on paper, but not fun in real life. That's it. All these abandoned buildings. Oh my goodness gracious me, I can't even believe what we did to our city. Holy heck, you guys. Man, oh man, oh man. Fun times. What a difference. Oh my goodness. This is so depressing. Like, I hope we don't ever get a meteor strike in any one of these key pivotal areas. And, Testy Klatz? I hope that's how you say your name. Thanks for following. And thank you for tuning in. Play said violin music? Yeah, this is pretty much it. This is like, you know what you should play is like that, the trumpet sound that they do at like a soldier's funeral or whatever. It's kind of that moment right here. Our poor city and our stadium, everything's just gone. Oh man. Oh yeah, I did actually. Oh, did Fresh Popcorn let you guys in on the secret? Yeah, we had an interview. Like we were kind of chatting last night and just did a little. He's turning a new series where he's interviewing some YouTubers. So him and I, we did the interview last night. And we ended up chatting just on like a Skype call for like almost 2 hours afterwards. And like we were such dorks about it. We were just looking at the Florida transport, or what was it, the Florida Department of Transportation, their YouTube page, and we were like checking out some new design interchanges and stuff they were going to be building. And is it Ibrink NL with the follow? Hope I'm saying that right. Thanks for following. Welcome aboard. But yeah, him and I, we were just like, yeah, screen sharing. And we were just like looking at videos and stuff. And so that's kind of where I got the inspiration for, see if it still is around. This one. This is like, this interchange here. It's like diverting, I don't know what it's called, I can never remember. Diverging Diamond, that's what it's called, Diverging Diamond. But man, oh man, what a disaster. So yeah, I don't think the little podcast will be out for a while. I think he was saying in January he's going to start releasing them. He's going to make a few of them ahead of time, but that'd be kind of fun. So you guys get a little bit more insights and behind the scenes. You can learn a bit more about me. It was a good interview, good fun. And it was so much fun just geeking out with him afterwards. Like, he's such a cool dude, and we have so much in common, which I think is pretty awesome. Oh, no, you live in Florida? Oh, no way. Yeah, so the one I really want to try is that continuous flow intersection. I think we're going to try that in the next stream. But yeah, guys, I think we're going to end things off here. I appreciate you hanging out with me, and this was so much fun to destroy the city. We got into like a really, really good shape before, and luckily we saved the game.
Tsunami has struck the city. Take caution and avoid roads
and we don't actually have a tsunami. It's just like leftover water, like when it hits the buoys or whatever, so like water flowing back in. Whenever there's like a raise in or drop in water, that's when like the tsunami warning goes off, but it's not actually a tsunami right now. Anyway, guys, so thanks for hanging out. I'm probably going to be doing a stream later on tonight. I'll be playing some Battlefield 1, and I'm terrible at that game, so don't, come expecting to find like, pro elite strats and skills. If you want to just hang out and just like, watch me fail in video games, then definitely come say hi. I'll probably start that one up around like 9 or 10 p.m. I gotta just do some chores and errands. I gotta do some recordings and stuff beforehand too. So I'll let you guys know. Otherwise, that is it. Thanks for hanging out with me, friends. Been a good stream, a lot of fun. A lot of new people too. Always happy to welcome you guys into our community. So yeah, definitely come back again. Like I said, every Sunday, 2 p.m. We do a stream. Next Sunday is going to be a very special one. It's going to be a Christmas-themed stream, so we're going to be doing a snowfall map. I don't think we're going to be working on this city. We'll just take a bit of a break. We'll just have so much fun, just like snowy stuff. I might throw on some mods so we can maybe do some, anarchy stuff, get some Christmas trees and everything. We'll be playing some Christmas music, you know, just be spreading holiday cheer, a whole bunch of fun stuff. And if Christmas is not your thing, like, don't feel excluded. Like, it'll be a holiday kind of theme, so there will be Christmas music, but, you know, we can sing some, you know, Hanukkah stuff too, spin the menorah, you know, I don't know, whatever you guys want, right? Like, I'm all about the holiday. I don't want you to feel excluded or anything silly like that, right? So, I'll see you guys next Sunday, possibly later on tonight if you're wanting to come on by, and possibly midweek for some shenanigans, maybe in Rust or some Daisy or something. All right, guys. That is it. My goodbyes. They take forever, as you all know. I don't know how that's always the case, but thanks for hanging out. See you again. Take care of yourselves. And the last... Oh, may the Force be with you as well. Excellent. Goodbye, friends. Take care of yourselves. Honestly, you're all the best. Today was a really good stream, and I'm happy to have you all here, and I really do hope to see you guys again. All right, take care, guys. Adios.